Today, we are going to learn about crossbite. Under the crossbite, we are going to learn about definition, classification, etiology, factors influencing the treatment of anterior crossbite, treatment of anterior crossbite, and treatment of posterior crossbite. Definition. Graeber defined crossbite as a condition where one or more teeth may be abnormally malposed buccally or lingually or labially with reference to the opposing tooth or teeth. It is abnormal occlusion in transverse dimension. In simple words, crossbite is a type of malocclusion in which the mandibular teeth are in abnormal buccolingual relation to the maxillary teeth. Classification of crossbite. Based on location, it can be anterior, single tooth or segmental, posterior, single tooth, unilateral or bilateral. Based on the nature, it can be skeletal crossbite, dental crossbite or functional crossbite. Anterior crossbite. Anterior crossbite is a malocclusion where maxillary anterior teeth are in lingual position to the mandibular anteriors. It can be seen in permanent dentition as well as primary or deciduous dentition. It can be single tooth or an entire segment. Posterior crossbite. It is a condition where mandibular buccal cusp, instead of occluding with the central fossa of the maxillary posterior teeth, will occlude buccal to the maxillary buccal cusp. It could be because of upper arch being narrow, lower arch being wide, one or more maxillary posterior teeth displaced palatally, one or more mandibular posterior teeth displaced buccally, or functional lateral shift during the closure of mandible. It can be one or more teeth and unilateral or bilateral. Here we have to see two terms, scissor bite or buccal non-occlusion. This is a type of posterior crossbite where the maxillary posteriors occlude entirely on the buccal aspect of the mandibular posteriors. Lingual non-occlusion. This is a form of posterior crossbite where the maxillary posteriors occlude entirely on the lingual aspect of the mandibular posteriors. Skeletal crossbite. Skeletal crossbite is due to discrepancy in the size of maxilla and the mandible. It can be either in the anterior or posterior region. Skeletal anterior crossbite is usually due to retarded maxillary growth, or it can be due to excessive mandibular growth. The skeletal posterior crossbite is usually due to narrow maxillary arch. Dental crossbite. Dental crossbite is a condition where one or more teeth are abnormally related to that of the opposing arch. Functional crossbite. Presence of occlusal interference can result in deviation of the mandible while jaw closure. Example, pseudoclassically malocclusion. Acquired muscular reflex pattern during closure of the mandible is seen in functional crossbite. Etiology of crossbite. 1. The persistence or over-retained deciduous tooth results in palatal deflection of its erupting permanent tooth, leading to single-tooth crossbite. Number 2. Crowding due to arch length tooth material discrepancy may lead to dental crossbite. Number 3. Habits. Habits such as thumb sucking and mouth breathing can lead to narrowing of the upper arch, resulting in posterior crossbite. Number 4. Retarded maxillary growth in sagittal direction will lead to anterior crossbite, and in transverse direction it will lead to posterior crossbite. 5. Collapsed maxillary arch seen in cleft lip and palate cases will lead to anterior and posterior crossbite. Number 6. Forwardly placed mandible results in wider part of mandibular arch occluding with narrower part of maxillary arch, leading to crossbite. Factors influencing the treatment of anterior crossbite. Number 1. Overbite. Bite before jet, that is correct the overbite before correcting the overjet. To correct the anterior crossbite with the overbite, it is necessary to open the bite by placing posterior bite plane and then move the maxillary anteriors so that there is no interference from mandibular anteriors. Appropriate overbite after correction of anterior crossbite is self-retentive. Appropriate overbite after correction of anterior crossbite is self-retentive. Number 2, space. There should be adequate space in the dental arch to move the maxillary teeth labially and correct the crossbite. In case of insufficient space, adequate space must be gained prior to attempting the treatment of crossbite. Number 3, the type of appliance. Based on the type of tooth movement required, the appliance is selected. Example, if it is only tipping movement, then a removable appliance can be chosen. If bodily movement and torquing is required, then fixed appliance is the choice. Example, if the maxillary central or lateral incisor is palatally placed, the crowns are moved labially followed by torquing of the roots. Number 4, number of teeth in crossbite. If more number of teeth are in crossbite, then it is difficult to correct. Thus, fixed mechanotherapy is the appliance of choice. Number 5, functional shift on closure of mandible. If there is forward functional shift of the mandible from centric relation to centric occlusion, then it is an indication that there would be a posterior displacement of the mandible after the correction of crossbite. Treatment of crossbite. Removable appliance is the choice of appliance where there is no crowding in the arch and minimal tooth movement is required. Following are the removable appliances used for correction of anterior crossbite. Number 1, tongue blade. Used for 1 to 2 hours a day for about 2 weeks can successfully correct the developing single tooth crossbite if there is adequate space. Number 2, Catalan's appliance or lower anterior inclined plane. The inclined plane is fabricated on lower anterior teeth with acrylic and it is angulated at 45 degree, which forces the maxillary teeth in crossbite to a more labial position. Either single tooth or segment of teeth can be corrected using this appliance. Number 3, double cantilever spring, that is Z spring. Anterior crossbite involving one or more teeth can be treated using double cantilever spring. Number 4, orthopedic appliances. Skeletal anterior crossbite due to retroposition maxilla should be treated using protraction face mask, that is reverse headgear, before the completion of growth, while mandibular growth leading to skeletal anterior crossbite should be intercepted by the use of chin cap. Fixed appliance for the treatment of anterior crossbite. A multi-looped arch wire or protraction utility arch are used as a part of fixed appliance therapy for the correction of anterior crossbite. Treatment of posterior crossbite. Posterior crossbite is a condition where mandibular buccal cusp, instead of occluding with the central fossa of the maxillary posterior teeth, will occlude buccal to the maxillary buccal cusp. Factors influencing the treatment of posterior crossbite are 1. Buccolingual inclination of teeth. If maxillary posteriors are palatally inclined, it is considered favorable because the correction of crossbite improves inclination as the posteriors are tipped buccally. If maxillary posteriors are buccally inclined, it indicates a narrow maxillary arch and requires expansion of the maxillary arch. Number 2, etiology. Unilateral posterior crossbite with functional shift. If the upper and lower midlines are coincident on opening but are deviated on occluding the teeth, it's an indication that there is a functional shift. These cases are actually bilateral crossbite that respond well to reciprocal expansion of both sides. Unilateral posterior crossbite without functional or lateral shift on closure of mandible are true unilateral cross bites, and it should not be treated by reciprocal expansion of both sides. These cases needs unilateral expansion mechanics such as crossbite elastics or surgically assisted rapid palatal expansion or mini screw assisted unilateral expansion. Number 3, vertical changes. Expansion of maxillary posteriors will result in extrusion of the palatal cusps, leading to downward and backward rotation of the mandible and increases the lower anterior facial height. This is avoided by buccal root torque of maxillary posteriors with the fixed appliances. Crossbite elastics. Posterior single tooth crossbite can be corrected using crossbite elastics that are stretched between maxillary palatal surface and mandibular buccal surface and vice versa through the bite. They should be worn full time and not more than 6 weeks. If continued beyond 6 weeks, it might lead to extrusion of the teeth. Coffin spring. It brings about dentoalveolar expansion. It is capable of skeletal changes in young patients. Quad helix. It can be used along with fixed appliances. It brings about dentoalveolar expansion. Rapid maxillary expansion. Bilateral skeletal posterior crossbite can be treated with a rapid palatal expansion which splits the mid-palatal suture. Removable plates. Both unilateral as well as bilateral posterior crossbites can be treated using removable appliances incorporated with jack screws. Fixed appliances. Expansion can be achieved by expanded wires, expanded arch wires. Asymmetrically expanded arch wires can bring about correction of unilateral crossbite. Quad helix or other expanders can also be used along with the fixed appliance therapy. Crossbite can be corrected using elastics along with the fixed appliances. So, in this chapter about crossbite, we studied about the definition, the classification, etiology, the factors influencing the treatment of anterior crossbite, the treatment of anterior crossbite, and treatment of posterior crossbite using different types of appliances. Keep watching these videos on YouTube and please subscribe to my channel for further updates about orthodontics and orthodontic classes.